No one's really watching. The time has come to save fares fair, to pay the rent, yeah, to pay our share. How can you dance when the earth is turning? East of Russian Federation. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Russian Federation. How are you today? I am so pleased to see you have not been shot. El Pistafo, dude. Nikolai Nemin, nice voice. El Pistafo, looking fresh. Yeah, showered. Nikhil Nemine, love from India. Much love from India. Wonderful place. Love the food. El Pistafo, good for you, brother Richard. Yeah, I'm supposed to clean. I got a huge bandage on it today. This is. Ceasefire still in effect. That's good. I got a huge bandage on it today because I didn't bother cutting this because I'm not leaving the house with it. But I have to shower. I have to shower before I change the dressing. East of Russian Federation is already evening. It's like just past midnight here. El Pistofo, sorry, was asking if still in effect. Yeah, so far as we're aware, the ceasefire. I mean, nobody knows where this ceasefire came from. Apparently, Trump just kind of announced it, and everyone was like, "What?" So, not really sure. I don't like this time of day. The gnats are active. And if any of you are wondering, this is the creature from the Black Lagoon. Nikhil Nimini, what are you from, brother? I'm from Los Angeles, California. El Pistofo, I'm having frozen stir-fry veggies. That's always a good thing to have. Stay away from those new, like chip-flavored French fries from Jack in the Box. Oh, they were so salty and slimy. But then, what isn't from Jack in the Box? Nikhil Nemina. How do you pronounce that? That accent switch was crazy. Yes, I used to do voice acting. And the first accent I was actually hired to do as a voice actor was Russian. So, a very thick Russian accent. comrade. Randall Colvin. It's called Jack in the Box because Jack is dead because everything is fried. Well, I mean, you can still get a salad from Jack in the Box. You can't get a salad at McDonald's in California. Nico Nemine, what do you do on your channel mainly? Basically I talk. A lot of videos on philosophy. I make videos where I change the dressing on my wound. Uh, Basically, this channel is a channel about my life, okay? Anything life related that is not health related goes on this channel. My other channel, Random Street Theater, I do reviews. I review movies and food and the occasional book. In fact, I filmed a book review today. I have 4 other channels beyond that don't see a lot of activity right now. I mean, I have a backlog of videos to make. I think I've got something like 30 of them. And it's a lot of work. And you don't make much off YouTube, so I'm not very motivated. El Pistofo, Random Street Theater have sock puppets. What? No. El Pistafo, cat bite him. Randall, your mom is calling you home. Hmm? Hmm. The workers are going home. The workers are going home. El Pistofo, asking if you have puppets. No, was thinking of adding some puppets at one point, but I mean, a lot of work. Nikhil, how many mods do you have in your channel? I think I have 5. Very dedicated group of fans are my mods. Do an Indian accent? I get those requests surprisingly a lot. What should I say in the Indian? Jadros, lose weight. Yeah, after I pork your mom. Uh, I'm Indian. Thank you for calling SuperTech customer service. How may I be of assistance to you today? Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again? Idil Sambor Chutney Chutney. Do not redeem. I really. Mom! I really haven't practiced Indian. Jedros, you can't work anything. You can't see it standing up. That's why your mom looks at it for me. Being seriously, you should be nice to fat people. We might eat you. You're probably one of those bony douchebags, though, and you smell like cologne, taste terrible, have to stew you for a while. I mean, it's kind of like vegans, no meat on them, They're bitter. In any case, I was at work when America hit Iran, and one of my coworkers actually sent me something over the chat. It's like, hey, did you hear? Although, our B-2 program, well, they kick a lot of ass. One of the most advanced aircrafts in the world. And there's not a lot that can stand against it. We do have a limited number of them. But I mean, they use some pretty heavy ordnance. Timo Ija, do you sing opera? No. Phil Perochi, Richard! Dear Felon, would you read my opera? We need another first bassoon. Get a player with tone, and the third trombone has to go. The man cannot be deaf, so please preferably one who plays in pitch. How long have you been on? Says Philip. 13 minutes. Trevor. Rivard, Richard, do you remember me? What happened to your arm? Was it an infection? The bandage is just huge because I didn't want to use a smaller one. I had only so many smaller ones. Timo, you have a great voice. Thank you? Nikhil, how did you get that wound, brother? My cat bit me, and it got infected. The wound is actually just the thumb, but I used a really big piece of gauze. So, looks like boxing glove, but it's really not that big. Philip Rochi, what do you chow down on for dinner? I actually made 3 reviews today. One was for the burger tater at Jack in the Box. One was for their barbecue chip flavored curly fries, and one was for their Sour Patch Kids watermelon lemonade. Ugh. Trevor, have you talked to your brother yet? No. Nikul, I have 7 cats. I got you beat. Did your cat get vaccinated? Yes, he did. He was a particularly old cat, and he was rather senile. And he bit me before passing away. Phil Perochi, nice. I'll definitely watch this videos. Yeah. Trevor, I thought you told me you were going to lay off the sugar and fast food. Yeah. I still review fast food, dude. It's not going to not do that. I mean, I would never get those items again. Well, the lemonade was okay, just way too expensive for what it is. I basically stopped drinking soda, which I was only supposed to drink soda on camera anyway, but I was breaking that rule, so now I'm only allowed to drink soda on camera. Nikhil, when was this again? About 2 months ago now. El Pizdafo, hey Philip, no Rusty dog. Yeah, and I'm wondering where Rusty is. Philip, yo El Pizdafo, Trevor, what's your opinion on Trump making Iran surrender, basically? We're not dead sure they surrendered. Iran is known for lying. I mean, they know they can't touch America. So unless they're going to use terror cells, they're basically out of the fight. But they've been funding armies to harass Israel for some time. In fact, they're funding the army in Gaza. So, Nikhil, bravo, don't cut your look good, just work out and get the ratios right. I am a food blogger, so I have to try the new fast food. That's one of those things. Um, I still have to watch my diet, but watching your diet doesn't mean never eating fast food. It means eating in moderation. In fact, one of the healthier rules about dieting, it's not stop eating the bad food, it's start eating the good food. You want to do positive, not negative. So it's like, do you stop having pizza? No, you just have more salad. And, it's like, if I have a pizza, maybe I'll have a salad first, and there will be less room for the pizza. That's how that sort of works. Philip Rochi, concerned about old Rusty. Yeah, it's been a couple of days. El Pistafo, your girlfriend probably punched his brains out. Hmm. Trevor, you gotta give Trump some credit for his works. Time will tell, okay? I mean, we just never know what's going to happen with these things. El Pistafo, Iran has been vanquished. President Trump and America win. If there is a regime change, then they've been vanquished. Nikhil Nemina, exactly. Did you ever serve in the military? No, I did not. I mean, look, we've had a really bad track record in the Middle East. And in a certain way, we've been at war with Iran for some time. All right? And Iran uses proxies, which means they fund military to come after our allies. So, yeah, they were our enemy, and Trump sent a very clear message. We're not going to be soft handed with you. That's a good message. You can't argue with that. And Iran retaliated by attacking our base in Qatar and doing almost no damage. So, again, time will tell. But, right now it looks like Iran got a swift kick in the ass and they're smarting from it. Trevor, imagine Kamala trying to negotiate with Iran. Okay, guys, let's not get nasty. This is not a political debate here. El Pistafo, sorry, Richard. Yeah. Look, guys, I remember during the first Trump administration, I told people we shouldn't go in. Philip, do you work at 3 p.m. tomorrow? No, I work at 10 a.m. tomorrow, or today. It's past midnight, but I have a doctor's appointment at 8. Tammy, 33, how's your hand doing? It's okay. Gonna see the doctor this morning. They're probably gonna tell me I'm not changing the bandage enough. Nick Hill, what do you do for a living, man? I'm a security officer. El Pistafo, comment removed. Trevor, can you just admit Trump doesn't get a fair shake with the media? Trevor, Trump gets really nasty with the media. He only permits media that's pro him into the White House. So, yeah, he's making an enemy of people that are portraying him to the public. And when you do that, they don't have a lot of nice things to say about you. Now, I've been told that the most level-headed member of the media is like Conan O'Brien. But like Bill Maher actually went to the White House and met with President Trump, and he said that President Trump was very cordial to him,
discuss things and listen to his opinion in a fair and earnest manner, and seemed to be receptive to what he had to say. Um, do I think Trump is unfairly treated by the media? No, I don't. I think that what happens to Trump is very balanced in the media. You've got people like Fox News who say Trump can do no wrong, and you've got more left leaning outlets who make fun of him. But that's what they're comedians that I watch that do news, so that's what they do. They're supposed to, and they make fun of the other candidates. They make fun of the other presidents. This is how things work. El Pistafo refused to self timeout. Tammy 33. It's not infected. Is yes, it is infected. The doctor had to cut it open and drain it, and that's why it's bandaged up. El Pistafo, Richard, have been in California too long. El Pistafo, you don't believe in global warming. All the scientists agree global warming is a thing. You know, there are like, okay, this might be doing a little in the other way, but I mean it's pretty much a thing now. And it's like, yeah, people in the news say every natural disaster they say is exacerbated by global warming. Yes, that's how natural disasters work. Global warming, climate, the average temperature is going up. Okay? This ironically means things like colder winters and hotter summers. But science is in on the subject. Global warming is real. Philip Perochi, what does Mr. Fabulous believe? Mr. Fabulous believes in himself. That's what Mr. Fabulous believes in. I mean, he thinks global warming is happening because he's so damn hot. Trevor, Trump said you guys should rake your forests to prevent fires. Uh, do understand, Trevor, that California is really big compared to most countries. So, yes, there are some small countries who don't have as much forest per person, and they can do a little more management. But as far as raking the forests, no, there's nobody that goes around, so far as I'm aware, rakes up all the leaves. We have programs to moderate fires, but that's just a thing. El Pizavo, not an accident that CNN was there only one time to live broadcast in Bertle, Pennsylvania, never live broadcast anything else before or after. What happened in Bertel? Or Butler, or whatever it is. I don't really follow CNN that much, so I don't know. If you want to say that Trump is unfairly treated by CNN, I don't watch a lot of CNN. So I think more I do CSNBC, but I mean, I really just get. I mean, look, guys, something I really should do is I should get a subscription to Ground News. All right? But I don't read enough news as it is. And paying for Ground News, I don't know how much it is. So, I mean, it's like if it was, well, $20 a year, it's like, okay, dude, get a subscription to Ground News. Keep an eye on things. They're supposed to be very balanced. But, I mean, there are news stories that I have to go looking for in order to get the accurate ones because the ones that I get just don't add up. Philip Rochi, what news sources do you watch? APR? I watch Bill Maher and what's his name? John Oliver, and Stephen Colbert, and Seth Meyers. So I watch all of them. I also said Maddow Women. Listen to some of her. I mean, whatever comes up in the feed, I do watch some Fox News. Philip Roche, do you still get the newspaper? No, I don't. El Bizarro, Richard, we haven't been recording weather since the planet was created. We have no idea what happens before. Plus, global warming is only geared towards communistic ideals. Those are all biased media sources. El Pistafo. One, we have been studying climate from the beginning of the planet. We do that by taking core samples. So yes, Earth has a very volatile climate because it wobbles on its axis. You know, but all of the people that say stuff like, you know, they look at science and whatever have you, they're like, yeah, you know, the climate is changing a lot faster than it otherwise would. You know, you can't say that all the CO2 we're putting in the atmosphere isn't changing something. And it's like, yes, we took care of acid rain, all right? But, you know, it's like we're seeing lower crop yields. And we're seeing certain crops are being very badly affected. So something is going on, and there's a lot of science behind that. You could throw any argument against me. I'm sure there are lots of them, but those aren't arguments by science. Science is like, well, yeah, we know what climate was like, you know, 200 years ago, 4,000 years ago, and 65 million years ago. We take core samples that tell us about that. Now, we can't tell, like, what was the climate exactly like in the year 1, okay? We could give you an estimate, but we couldn't be like, this is exactly what it was. I think the estimate would probably be accurate to 10 years or accurate to 50 years. And the further back in time, the less accurate that estimate gets. You know, it's like when you talk about the Cretaceous, we talk about, you know, like, well, the average climate for maybe 2-3 million years might be so and so. You know, we can do that. So the idea that we haven't been recording, no, we know what climate was like. That's what scientists do. Trevor, we had a cooler period the last 3 years, sir. The average global temperatures continue to rise. You could have, this year might be cooler than the last year, but that doesn't mean the average global temperature hasn't risen. Okay? That average rise, you know, it's like when you look at a graph, the graph doesn't go, it goes. And so long as that rise has gone the upward trend, we're having a bad time. You know, it just, that's how things are. Philip Orochi, Acid Rain sounds like a good band name. Ricardo Universe says hello. Tammy33, people don't look at ish, but exploitation. Ricardo said hi. Trevor, wrong, sir. Dude, you're talking to a man that reads a lot. Science is in. Don't say I'm wrong unless you have a link. Trevor, you're probably the first to vote for a carbon tax. It's awful. Climate change models are corrupted by liberal science. Funny how no more acid rain. Yeah, the chemicals that were creating acid rain are no longer used. El Pistafo, I read a lot of science. You could say that's biased towards science, but Yeah, you know, it's like there was a book, 100 Authors Against Einstein. Most of them were religious leaders. The science is in. Anybody that tells you otherwise is in the pocket of the oil industry. Rat Tech, how many subscribers do you moderate? Oh, subreddits do you moderate? I don't moderate any subreddits. Tax Mids, what's up, dude? Good to see you on, brother. Phil Brochi, do you think we are threatened here in the United States after attacking Iran? Sleeper cells, allies of Iran. The largest danger that Iran is going to feed us is misinformation, Philip. That's why we see the pro-Palestine movement. You know, this idea that Israel is the bad guy is an Iranian facts falsification. It's just one of those things. So, is it possible the Iranians could rile people up to cause massive damage here in the United States? Well, they already have. You know, so it's not a question of how bad the attacks, or it's not a question of whether we will be attacked. It's a question of how bad they will be. You know, the big thing they're doing is turning American citizens against America. Trevor, if humans affected climate so much, then why did the woolly mammoth go extinct? Why did an ice age animal go extinct? That's a good question. Most people say the woolly mammoth went extinct because humans ate them all. But, you know, yeah, look, our climate does change. That's true. It's just a question of how fast. El Pistofo, I'd believe more in science if it wasn't ruled by politics. Oil industry refers. It's typical of California ideal. Stop using gasoline if oil is evil. That's why I drive a highly economical car. Mike, good morning. Ah, you changed your picture again. El Pistofo, hey Mike. Phil Barocci, hey Mike. El Pistofo, China still runs steam locomotives on purpose. Does China still? I'm gonna look that one up. I believe, Mexico still has steam locomotives. Steam locomotives. No, China no longer uses steam locomotives in regular commercial service. While they were once a common sight, especially in the industrial setting like coal mines, steam locomotives have been largely replaced by diesel and electric locomotives due to their greater efficiency and ease of maintenance. The last such operation ended in early 2024, marking the end of an era for steam in China. So, no, they don't still use steam locomotives, although primarily that was because they didn't want to buy new ones. Phil Barocci, anthropogenic climate change is what they taught us in school. Trevor, Richard, can we still talk about your family? Are they still trying to take the house? Yes. El Pistafo, China doesn't bother with global warming. Yes, they do. Why do you think they built the Three Gorges Dam? In fact, China is leading the way in global warming at the moment. They're making all the solar cells. Darnell Jingles, what's up, man? Did you get a haircut? It looks nice. No, I just recently showered. This is how I comb my hair. And when you see the hair all poofed up, that's because I probably slept. I sleep in my clothes, you know? It is awful. I still think you're the best, Brother Richard. Well, we can agree to disagree on global warming, dude. Philip Rochi, how was a family visit with Clover? He refused to leave his house. He's being a dick. Mike, in China, you have to get a different car after so many miles. Do you know why? I don't. Um, in China, I think you mean Japan. But no, in China, your car explodes after so many miles. Chinese cars are really shitty. El Pistofo, solar cells are a scam foisted up us by the Chinese. I am honestly going to have to disagree with you there. In California, solar cells are taking stress off the grid. The more solar cells that are installed, the less blackouts we have. El Pistofo, Mike, they're driving their auto sales into inflate numbers for market value. Yeah, things suck in China. Their cars break all the time. El Pizofo, California has a self-inflicted energy crisis. Eh. The energy crisis is more complicated than I originally believed, but I don't know if I'd call it self-inflicted. I mean, a lot of it is Reaganomics. You know, it's very simple that companies can pocket more money now as opposed to, you know, being having their profits taxed. So why pay for repairs and regular maintenance? I mean, I can tell you that Southern California Edison has really scaled back their maintenance program. And the reason being is that the economy is very volatile right now. So they don't want to put capital in it because their investors will get pissed off. Trevor, do you think Trump is doing better than you thought he would do? No. I mean, they're attributing 300,000 deaths to the Trump administration, and inflation is still very high. El Pistofo, like Venezuela. Hey, look, Trump said he'd bring the price of eggs down. Trevor, 300,000 deaths, yes. They said that the Doge cuts were responsible for the deaths of 300,000 people. James PS4, your hand is going to fall off. No, it's just a bandage. I used a big bandage today. El Pizofo, if California abandoned communism and embraced capitalism, California would be booming. We are booming. El Pistofo, you realize California pays for most of America's military and roads. We are paying the most taxes. Trevor, whoa, ha, ha, you read some straight garbage? That's the estimate, dude. We cut medical programs that help people in other countries. You could say, why are we helping people in other countries? Well, to control the diseases they have that might come over here. And pissed off. Egg prices are down. Nobody died because of Doge. You know, credible news sources are saying it's total casualties of 300,000. You don't want to believe that? Well, I can't make you. James PS4, 1 million die every year due to obesity. Yeah? So? What does that have to do with AIDS? I mean, it's like, yeah, they're saying, like, their AIDS prevention that people aren't getting now because the Doge cuts. And uh, the impact to the economy if they cut Medicare is going to be really, really horrendous. The government is the major employer, it's the largest employer in any environment. It's just how things are. El Pistafo, dude, government wasteful spending is liberal grift. Again, both sides say each other are liars. Alright? But it's like with the deportations. They're deporting people that pick our food. Why? Who are they going to replace them with? Americans don't want to do that. Phil Perochi, thoughts on the pro-Palestine movement? Do you think it's more of a trend as opposed to looking at the facts? Well, Philip, here's the thing about the pro-Palestine movement. Anyone can live in Israel. You can be who you want, love who you want, do what you want. In Palestine, you have to be a Muslim. It's like they've got the Queers for Palestine movement. If they went to Palestine, they would be murdered. I personally think that a one-state solution would probably be better, because Israel provides better, fair laws, their people aren't starving, and they supply everyone with, basic commodities. In Palestine, they torture people to death if they don't agree with the state, so. Courtney the Pooh, how long will you have to wear the bandage for? I have to replace this bandage before leaving the house today. As for how long I have to keep having a new bandage on, I don't know. Probably another 2 weeks at least. Vic, facts. Israel is so small. Why is there so many Jews? Because it's the one place Jews feel safe. Trevor, Richard, any update on your next girlfriend? No. That's none of your business. Ugh. Vic, the Muslims I meant. Why are there 2 million Muslims in Israel? El Pistofo, next girlfriend is twin bang nurses. Mike, if Richard gets a girlfriend, he might not stream as much. Well, that would be true. I would probably have less time to stream. Of course, Trevor, do you want to get married one day? Yes, if I find the right girl. A little old for it, though. Vic, my ex is a fleshlight. I wouldn't go around telling people that. El Pistafo, dude, Richard will stream while trying to catch his breath. Trevor, how old are you, Richard? I am 45 years old. El Pistafo, he's 20. No. Phil Perochi, do you get to the Jack in the Crack off Hacienda Boulevard? Hacienda? Amazing Amanda, he's my age. No, I don't go to the one on Hacienda. I don't know where the one on Hacienda is. Been to the Del Taco on Hacienda quite a bit, but not the Jack in the Box. Oh, Trevor, did life go by fast though? I don't know, dude. It's kind of hard to say. On the one hand, it was painfully long, and on the other hand, never have enough time for anything. El Pizzafo, hey Amanda, Vic, and Franciscoto. What? Phil Perochi, there she is, lol. Amazing Amanda, hey El. El Pizzafo, how's my favorite AI girl? Amazing Amanda, hello Philip, Vic, artificial intelligence? Okay. Amazing Amanda, I see you all missed me. Yes, everybody misses you, Amanda. RTRT, Richard, mod me. This chat is unhinged and needs my firm hand. No. El Pistafo, we did. Vic, I work at the Del Taco in HS. Really? Philip Rochi, I see, said the blind man to his deaf man at the round table. No, it's I see, said the blind man to his deaf dog as his two crippled children ran by. Amazing Amanda, are you ready for me tonight? I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so no. El Pistafo, this chat needs female nude selfie. Vic, Gail, yeah, I know. Trevor, Richard, I feel like you have a great heart, man. I wish you the best and hope you find some happiness. I don't think I'd know what to do with happiness. Mike, my wife been looking at me crazy because I've been laughing randomly thinking about the guy's comment earlier. Okay. El Pistafo, Mike, did you eat the right tacos earlier? Vic, firm from the Colossus. Amazing Amanda, whoa. He said no, oh my god. We have to get to the doctor. Don't have enough time. We're not really into a quickie. I mean, quickie for Amanda is like 4 hours. Mike, the one that asks if you rather have public hair for teeth or teeth for public hair. L, I had the rancho steak and rice. Trevor, Richard, will you have any regrets on your deathbed? Yes. Amazing Amanda, I can be your doctor. Well, yeah, but I mean, my doctor has to see the hand. Phil Perochi, Richard needs to heal his hand up so he can use it for you, Amanda. Lol. You don't really use the thumb that much. Put a condom over it, you know? Amazing Amanda, Philip knows how to talk to a lady. Well, I mean, there's a certain way one talks to you, Amanda. If I talk to most of the women I know like that, I'd probably get arrested. Phil Perochi, Amanda, please send $39.99 to Richard's Rancho Cat Fund for wayward dogs. Tammy33 is laughing. Trevor, if you won the lottery, $25 million, would you quit YouTube? No. No, I would not quit YouTube. I would certainly buy a better computer. El Pizzafo, Tammy33, Phil Brochi, arrested. Haha, I'm laughing really hard. Ugh. RTRT, that's not how you use a gentleman's sheath. You'd be surprised how many uses there are for a gentleman's sheath, RTRT. Maisie Amanda Low, Philip Richard is a very naughty, naughty boy. Mike, if y'all meet, please stream the date. Trevor, do you support ICE removing violent, illegal aliens? Of course I do. Who is not supporting the removal of violent, illegal aliens? I'm not supporting the removal of farm workers and, people that support our food supply. Philip Perochi, how do you seduce a woman or serenade a woman? That's a pretty random question. El Pistafo, amazing Amanda, can you send AI pics? Tammy33, pissed off. Trevor, the Democrats. Amazing Amanda, lol. AI, OMG. El Pistafo, slip her a cookie, Phil. You guys are weird. What's with the cookies? Amazing Amanda, Tammy, where you at? Trevor, would you give Donald a French kiss for 25K? Can I make him brush his teeth first? I mean, Maisie Amanda, I'm in Washington State. Phil Perochi, what would Mr. Fabulous do at the cowboy event? Well, he'd be the star of the show. I mean, no one's got more fabulous of an ass than Mr. Fabulous. Trevor, so you'll do just about anything for money, haha. Enough money? I mean, I'd French kiss Patrick Stewart for free. Tammy33, why Amanda? Mike, would Mr. Fabulous do with Amanda nothing? Oh, Mr. Fabulous would do fabulous things with Amanda. Many fabulous things. Amazing Amanda, just conversation, Tammy. Trevor, do you like the Democrats' chance in 2028? We don't know what the Democrats' chance is in 2028. We don't know who's running yet. I mean, Newsom, they said Newsom is going to be a contender for a while. And he's setting himself as a big rival to Trump. But we just don't know. I mean, Donald Trump is saying that he's going to run again somehow. And they're trying to find a legal way to do that. But if Donald Trump were replaced by another candidate, Newsom is already a national figure, so he would be the stronger candidate at that time. Tammy33, oh, Florida. RTRT, so you gap on camera for enough coin. What does that mean, gap? Amazing Amanda, sweet. How's the weather there, Tammy? It's been around 77 degrees later here. Trevor, Gavin Newsom is a good governor. I don't know if I'd call him a good governor. I would say he's competent, but he's not as responsive as he should be. We're having way too much of a homeless problem. His thinking is far too in the box, I mean, we need inventive solutions, and Newsom just isn't giving them to us. Mike, it could be rigged, I think, only because you have to keep switching parties to keep people divided. That's why no party has ruled very long time. Phil Perochi, that's not a growth, Mr. Griffin. That's your penis. Ow. And the, testicles. Ow. Easy man, I don't follow no president or Congress or Democrats. I don't agree to any of it because it's all a game. Their game, not mine. Well, Amazing Amanda, what you do see a lot of in Washington is cocaine-fueled orgies. I think you'd be down for those. RTRT, gape, pronounced like ape with a G. It's when you spread whole and let the breeze in. The fuck? Okay, you're getting a little too nasty for me, RTRT. Philip Rochi, oh dear God, RTRT lol. Yeah, see, that's how you know he's a Republican, because he believes in butthole tanning. What's with the butthole tanning? Amazing Amanda, I'm letting my breeze in. Oh dear. Mike, Amanda, what's your favorite thing in life? Manu, dil me dardier. Don't know what that says. Amazing Amanda, my favorite thing in life is love and nature. Manu, that's microscope slide of what tissue? This is a close-up of rust. Gonzo, are you Democrats, Richard? I'm more of an independent. Phil Perochi, ha ha ha. Amazing Amanda, not love from one man, just love in general. Phil Perochi, worst thing you heard outside of a hotel room at work? Can't repeat that. Trevor, did you see the new McDonald's meal? You mean the chicken strips? Yeah, I believe I posted a review. On the 10th, the McDonald's wraps are coming back. 2 flavors of them. So I plan to try those. Amazing Amanda, love, damn autocorrect. Phil Perochi, super saturated image of rust. Yeah. Mike, do you like dude wipes? What? Gonzo, have you seen the onions cover you, Richard? He's a fan. What? Manu, I am your fan, bro. Subscribe, will watch every day to feel better pain in heart of not being able to successful at age 36 in trading. Okay, El Pistofo, Amanda loves autocorrect. Amazing Amanda, Richard, want to see the banana going again tonight? I provide the bananas, thank you. Trevor, do you love pizza or hamburgers more? Pizza. But I have hamburgers more often. Tammy33, I wasn't calling you a butthole man, him. Okay. Gonzo, how old are you, PLN? Amazing Amanda, Lemo, I hate autocorrect. Lol, I say only speak my language and it called Amanda language. Gonzo, do you like watching or playing sports? No, I do not. Tammy33, I like you and your stream. Don't see much of you, Tammy. Amazing Amanda, depends on the sport. And Pistofo, Richard needs a super pickle. What is a super pickle? Anu, bro, use mustard oil for frying. 'Tis very good for health. Trevor, how is your diabetes? What is your A1C? I believe they said my A1C was 10 last time they checked, but it's going down. I don't know how to calculate it myself now. Phil Perochi, oh, check the subscriber count, and you are at 208K, almost 3. That's not almost 3. That was fast since the channel started being monetized, yeah. Tammy33, you know I've been here for a while. Yeah, I just don't see much of you, Tammy. Gonzo, Richard, are you in your 30s or... I'm in my 40s. El Pistafo. Support Pickle. Amazing Man, lol, Tammy, she's watching you, Richard, lol. El Pistafo, he's 20. Amazing Amanda, he's 45. I am indeed 45. Tammy, lol, Amanda. Amazing Amanda, Same age as me. Trevor, Richard, 10 is very high. You must get down to 6 by 50 or you can easily get heart attack. Yeah. I mean, I'm don't know how to calculate it myself yet, so I will look that up. It is awful. Tammy is my second favorite AI girl. Amazing Amanda, Richard. She's watching. I love her already. Gonzo, you look good for your age, Richard. No, I don't. You can see the gray in my beard. Anyway, guys, we're past the hour. Gonzo, but we need to watch our health at our age. Yes, we do. Trevor, I have type 1 for 2 years. Sucks. I wish I didn't have to deal with it. No. Philip Rochi, any homeless people try to attack you for no apparent reason? Well, they had their reasons. Gonzo, don't leave! Dude, it's past the hour. I have things to do. Ed Pistoffel, have all the cats moved out? No. Tammy33, I'm not AI. Ed Pistoffel, good night, Mookie. Mike, good night, Richard. Gunzo, how is the fly situation? Mostly taken care of. Maze Amanda, Tammy, they say that to me too. Philip Perochi, what will you do after the stream? Laundry. Trevor, what you mean past the hour? I generally do this for an hour. Ed Pistoffel, send nude pics, Tammy33. Send them to me, not El Pistoffel. Maze Amanda, they never seen beautiful woman before, Tammy. Alright, guys. I do have laundry to do, and I have a doctor's appointment in just a few hours, so I will let you folks go. See y'all later. I'm Richard.